time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live, Wednesday, January 22nd. S&P up 47, NASDAQ up 325. Russell is red, down about 0.5%, down 12 points. Dow up 150. Gold up 0.25%, silver down 0.25%. Notes and bonds a little bit red, 10-year yield up 0.5%. Oil down 0.5%. Natty gas up over 5.5%. Grains all finished down around 1%. Euro and the pound flat. Bitcoin down 1.5%. VIX down, sitting right at 15 on the nose. Getting a little bounce here. So my VIX currently green. My last one at 12.55 was a straddle, so I ended up shutting any future tranches down. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've had a one call side stop, one put side stop. Currently up about 1,600. So if we can stay calm, that would be helpful. I did a 1 DTE, but my bots weren't firing. And then with the weird VIX price action right before the open, I just went small. I just did a one lot I was considering potentially adding, but I decided not to. So I'm just rolling with one contract, pretty close to break even. Could use a down move back into about the 60-75 range to center that one. I had one, I just did one price action iron condor, and I ended up taking 4 of my 7 off at about 30% and the remaining 3 at 70%. So booked a couple thousand on that one. Calendars closed out some red calendars today. My 1-2 from yesterday down 27%, 1-3 down 30, 5-7 down 25, 6-7 down 21. Still have a 2-3 and a 1-2 on. They're a little bit red, so not a great week for calendars. I mean, it was a shortened holiday week. So whether I should have taken the 5-7 and 6-7 to begin with is debatable. Let's see. Day trading, booked a little over 1,700. Posted a little update video in the day trading chat channel. And I believe that is it. Chad, how's your day?
It started off really bad with day trading. I was just out of it today for some reason. Missed a couple that would have been nice winners, and then the ones I did get in, I got in Meta. Should have never got in that one probably, but actually, take that back. I didn't follow the rules, and because I didn't follow the rules, it was a big loss when it probably would have been a winner.
What'd you do in Meta?
A mighty 90 short.
Gotcha.
It was ripping up, and it's just one of those where it's like, do you wait for 2 bars or
things were really looking strong at that point.
Yeah, at that point it was like, do you just bail? I don't know. 98% of the time I follow the rules. And so anyway, off to a bad start there, but turned it around with TLC with AM number 1, 20, 40, 60 and out. I didn't think I was going to be able to add. I wanted to add, but premiums were so low. and my AM number one was at my upside short strike. And so, price, even though it kind of looks like it had been, you know, you look at these bars and it's, we're used to some big moves with them. And then when you look at the range, it's like 5 points over 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. The bars look bigger than what the actual price movement is, And so I ended up getting in an AM number two and just took less credit. And I mentioned I might do that earlier in the morning, but got in at $4.50. Booked 20, 40. And then, things started looking like they were going to flush. And so I ended up just closing my last two contracts out thinking, well, if they keep going down and I get stopped, the risk reward just wasn't there. So I don't know. I booked 20, 40. I bet I booked 50% on it. So for two TLC trades for the day plus $4,105. So, and then, looking at a power hour trade, it's like, it's gonna have to be a straddle.
Straddle or bust.
Yeah. So, I did get in I would probably call it an early Wooga. And I was hesitant to even do that, but then I looked at, okay, where are my break evens? Break evens are 60.85 and 6,100. So, price has been in between between that range since 10:30 this morning. So I did a little two-lotter on that. And so that's all I'm in right now.
Yeah, premiums have evaporated. As far as individual stocks go, my Netflix trade booked a nice profit on the butterfly. My VRR is struggling as Netflix just continues to come down after a monster earnings announcement. The expected move was basically right at the previous all-time highs, blew through that. Now it's kind of coming back down. So kind of my line in the sand for closing out the VRR, if it keeps coming down, would be that previous all-time high.
Yeah, what do you think it's going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of times where, I mean, I wasn't even going to do a VRR because it opened up so much above the expected move, but it had a quick pullback. So I was like, well, maybe
It
it's
did.
just pulling back and then gonna rip. Ticked exactly $999.
Yeah.
But it's keep coming down. So I do see a lot of times where price will pull back to that expected move line and kind of use that as support. So that's kind of why I'm using that as my line in the sand on that VRR. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Got a couple
I've,
days.
I've been debating a short put vertical down here at kind of where at lows of day, but haven't pulled the trigger on one just because not sure if
Yeah,
it's gonna.
based on the size that I did, like I would wait till tomorrow and I would, if it came down to that expected move area, I would add, but the position size that I did will not warrant me adding. So I wish I would have done half size to start with, but
Right.
just never know. Could rocket back up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I was considering a short put vertical right about here. Nvidia highs of day.
Yeah, Nvidia.
Apple.
I know I was getting chopped up, premium decayed in Nvidia and Apple. I had positions in both, so I cut out of Nvidia right before it pushed through highs of day. Just booked a small profit, but would have been a nice one.
Tesla couldn't break through its chop.
Yeah, I got out about 12:20 right before this nice little push.
Oh man.
Strongest sectors today, tech and semiconductors. On individual stocks. ARM is at 14.5%. Big move. Not quite up to all-time highs yet. Netflix up, still up 10, even though it's come down all day. Oracle is up 7. It was up a lot more as well. Not sure what's going on with Oracle. PLTR up 5. NVIDIA up almost 5. NVIDIA back to heat-seeking all-time highs. It's currently at 147.5. All-time high is 153. SMCI up 4.5. Microsoft up 4. That was my biggest winner.
Goog's been bleeding lower. It's kind of a NTT long right now.
Yeah, Goog was acting like one of the stronger ones this morning, and then it just started bleeding.
Yeah,
Almost red.
Earnings not till February 4th. So if you played the NTT by the dip here, might not be, might have a couple weeks to book profit.
DK, are you on? Can you hear me? Yeah, so I was curious. So something I've been wanting to kind of dig into that I never have is the how things act on a VIX on the contract roll of VIX. Do you have any kind of data or bias on kind of what happens around that? Because there's always something a little goofy that happens, but I'm not sure how to capitalize on it. I'm not really sure what that goofiness is, and I don't have any statistical data or I haven't really dug into what that is, but I was curious based on your post this morning if you have anything that you do around that. Or anybody. Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure if Nvidia's kind of coming off now. S&P a little pullback. I wasn't sure if there's any kind of pattern that happens around that. Well, never mind, Dick. You can go about your business now. You can leave us. No help whatsoever. All right. Oh yeah, I do have I forgot I did a little discretionary Rick here that needs something. It's not looking great. Oh, I guess it's a break even. No. No, that's not it. That was my potential conversion. Here's my Rick. Yeah, it's in the valley. So I would prefer like a 10-point down move for that. They're starting to kind of feel a little heavy. I thought we may have a little bit of some downside, but didn't quite get down low enough. I posted earlier, my idea around that was once we push through all-time highs, I put on a Rick thinking we might potentially either keep blowing through and push through all-time highs or have a little reversal, but haven't really done either. But there's still time. I don't need much of a move. I mean, if I get a 10-point move lower, could hit some profits.
I go back and kind of look at my, now that I've traded over a year of TLC, and keeping track. Last year at this time, I had AM Iron Condor was 30 points wide.
30?
30, yeah. And then AM2 was 25. Lunchtime was 20. So, I mean, this morning it was 25 wide compared to a year ago, it was 30 wide.
Yeah, my first BIC which is actually targeting the $4 strikes. $4 strikes were 30 wide at 8:45 a.m., 15 minutes after the market opened. So
yeah, I kind of like going back and looking at last year's data.
And you had a 6-figure month last January.
Yeah. A year ago today, it was a $6,300 day. 5 trades. Power hour was a straddle.
Yeah, it seems like just anecdotally anyway, it seems like you tend to perform better with lower premiums.
Yeah, I think so. And also when something I just posted in my channel, I've had 7 green days in a row. Which I'm on a little bit of a heater here, but I started the month really bad, like down like 14K. Like you look at my results, now I'm up like, close to what, 20K or something like that. But, going back and looking at last year's in January, I don't feel like I placed as many trades as I did last year. I had 5 trades last year, on this day. I had 2 today. I had 1 yesterday, 2 the day before, 3 the day before that, 2 the day before that.
What's your biggest drawdown been peak to valley? Do you know?
Yeah. So, last February,
Somebody emailed me asking about that. I didn't know. I
you
thought
mean,
it was,
you
I
mean
just
like,
said it. I said I thought it was less than 20,000.
what do you mean exactly? Be more like
So what's your worst drawdown been
in a
from
month?
just in any period? So you were down 14K, you mentioned.
Yeah.
So is that the biggest drawdown you've ever had?
So let me see here. Hold on. So on January 10th, I was down 10,600.
For the month?
Okay. Yeah, for the month. If I go back to last year, it was in February. I was down 13,275 4 days into trading February. So that would be my biggest drawdown ever. 13,000. I was down 13,275 after 4 days of trading.
And then 14K this year.
10K. I thought it was 14. It was actually 10.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
right, just curious. I got that question.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I ended last February up 24K after I was down that much. So completely turned it around.
So Kay, if you look at the option chains, those big round numbers always have massive open interest on them. Let's see, what cycle are you in? Today's. Is that volume or it must be volume? Yeah. So look at, like, if you look at any option chain, if you look at those big round numbers, they always have significantly more volume. Those aren't showing, those further out ones don't have any volume, but let's see if these nearer term. See, like the 6,200 has a lot more. I'm looking at the 2-day options. You know, the 6,100 has a lot more. 6,000 has a lot more than the other ones near. Yeah.
Wooga up
Tomorrow's
20%.
significantly more.
This down move is really helping.
Tomorrow, the open interest, it's about the same. 6,120 versus 6,100. It's like 400 different. Yeah, I've noticed that, like on, especially when you get down to the day of, those big round numbers always have massive volume around them. A little pullback in coin, a little down move in Tesla. I do still have I put on some puts in Tesla here a little bit ago. Starting to see a little down move now. It's just acting weak, feeling heavy. So I put on a downside continuation runner in Tesla. Looking for lows a day.
Yeah, Tesla's also a buy, according to NTT, or I guess long. Get long. It's pulling back into the candle and an uptrend.
We'll buy the dip.
Yeah, it's a little buy the dip. It really started out strong today, Tesla did. Holy moly.
Yeah, first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes, it ripped up 12 points. I was like, whoa.
And that was all she wrote.
And that was all she wrote.
I mean, we're still within the first 5 minute range still today.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's a big 5 minute bar. Well, I wouldn't mind a little mini crash. A little 20-point crash would be good for me. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but
Right on my, let's see, 60.95 is my short strike of my Wooga. It's currently up about 20%.
$60.95 butterfly. Is already trading for $1.60.
I watched the Mahomes course. It's been now probably a month ago. So after the butterfly, you put the vertical, you're buying the verticals for $1. Is that right? I mean, I've forgotten.
Yeah, if you do debit spreads, you buy them for $1. If you're doing credit spreads, you sell them for $4. But
Okay.
same thing. You can do
Yeah,
either.
I think I'm buying them. That's what you're doing, right?
I just set my templates up to be credit spread, so I'm doing them at
Okay.
$4, but it's the exact same thing. It doesn't
I've
matter.
do- I've traded them a couple times, but then they're like it went. We've gone like I don't know, last couple weeks. How many times have you even been able to trade it?
Yeah, there
Just
was there was
not very
several
many.
times you couldn't.
Yeah. So then because I wasn't practicing, I'd forgot.
Did you set up the order templates or you just
No, not
manually?
yet.
Yeah, that's the way to go on these things.
Yeah, I wanted just to be able to know what I was doing manually, and then I would have done that, but I've only done them a couple times.
Definitely want movement, which we're not getting a lot of today, but never know. Could come at the end.
We got up 25% and almost back to dead center. I know I get a lot of questions about not following back tests, and I didn't follow one today for the Wooga, but for the Wooga, I will a lot of times like look at okay, where are my break evens? Where is price now? Price is usually it's going to be centered when I'm putting it on. And, you know how how long has price been within these break evens? Today I didn't. Uh, you know, Today they've been inside the break evens. It's like 10:30 this morning, so that's why I did that Wooga.
Yeah, and it was borderline. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of my tests want the market to be up at least 0.2% from the open. Some are a little bit more, some are a little bit less, or some are a little bit more.
yeah,
And it was kind of right around the time of entries, right around that. So it was borderline, but I just decided not to.
yeah. And I just went in. I just went in with two contracts. So just I chose. I mean, essentially, I'm choosing that over a straddle, for my TLC trades. So my max loss, is $1,100. So I can lose that and still be green for the day.
My Rick needs to get down to about 86 to break even. So that'd be 10 points lower. Not sure that's looking so solid. My one DTE is basically break even. I was considering transforming it. Have to come down a little bit for that as well. So yeah, one DTE and Rick both need a down move. I've got a that broken wing butterfly that I put on with like 21 days to expiration that expires tomorrow. I posted in the option selling channel. I'll just let that expire tomorrow. That's this one here. Why is my risk graph not moving? So it'll expire. I was looking at potentially transforming it, but it would have to make a massive move, like a 300-point move in SPX for it to have a chance at anything. So I'll just let it expire for plus 735. Netflix creeping back down towards lows of day. I don't want a big gap down overnight in Netflix. That would not feel good. SPX down to 60.92. Still got about 36 and a half minutes. I haven't checked out any of the executive orders that Trump Daddy's been issuing. Anything exciting out there?
Yeah, I read through most of them on whitehouse.gov.
Which one stood out?
I mean, everything that he said, really, there really isn't anything that was surprising because he's pretty much said, things he ran on,
Gotcha.
starting to, the process of reversing all the bills about it being energy independent. I know a big one with some people is what is it? The equity, what's it called?
DEI.
Yeah. Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people think they don't really understand that. Like they think, oh, well, you can get fired for your sexual orientation. Well, no, what it really means is that they're going to hire the best person regardless. Like um, so I had somebody message me that I know that said, Trump just did an executive order to fire you if you're gay. And I'm like, no. He's just saying, and I said the Supreme Court in 2020 ruled that you can't be fired based on sexual orientation, and the only way to overturn that is a vote of on Congress. A president can't overturn a Supreme Court ruling, and so yeah, there's going to be people within that department that lose their jobs. But I was a principal. One thing I did was hire, like, I hired and fired. And yeah, you can't fire somebody for their sexual orientation. So it's just a fallacy that, that people hear through social media and, but it's gone. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're not going to hire people basically what they were doing was they were hiring people based on, some of those, the, I don't want to call it sexual orientation, but just they weren't hiring the best candidates all times because you had to include certain, people.
Right. Yeah, I saw a lot of companies kind of did away with their DEI policies that were
Yeah.
as he was coming into the presidency. So, but
Yeah, Dark.
what was the executive order for that for removing DEI from government jobs?
Yeah, I need definitely government. I need to go back. Yeah, I think it was just the federal government, but I have to go back and look. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Avenger. I did have to fire a couple people, but a couple people in 15 years, it's not very many. So when you're in a role where you're hiring people, the best way to not fire people is to one, hire the best candidate, and then two, support those candidates with professional development and things that make them better. That's how you prevent having to fire people. People that have to fire people, if you're in an organization that's firing a lot of people, well, then the person that's hiring is not doing very well. And the people that I fired had multiple professional improvement plans that I went with them that I helped them put into place, and they just for whatever reason just would ignore it or you know wouldn't buy in. Yeah, exactly, Crean. It's like you got when I hired people for being teachers, I put them through three separate interviews over the course of a few weeks. I mean, it was it was brutal. Yeah, but I had like 500-600 candidates for three positions, so I was able to be picky.
I haven't heard that one, Michael. I didn't know that was a on the docket. I know a lot of football fans wish that would happen because they're just tired of all the winning, but I don't know if that one's going through.
Yeah, good point, Liquid One. It's a good lesson to stick with the plan. That's when I was down. I wasn't feeling very good around January 10th, but I stuck with the plan and have dug out of that hole.
Well, and what are the Woogas at? Seems like any kind of premium selling should be doing good, although the VIX is kind of climbing. You guys getting any decay?
Yeah, I'm like at about 30%, 35%. It's pretty much dead center now. See, to me, like when I evaluate what I want to do at Power Hour, to me, this was just a much more safer trade than putting on a straddle. I mean, straddle probably would have worked today. I mean, price hasn't moved, but the risk reward just isn't. And there's where my wooga is.
Yeah.
It's just when I can sit there and look at, okay, price has been between these, my break evens since 10:30 this morning, or I could put on a straddle. Thinking about putting on a little short put vertical here in Netflix. Maybe wait. You said what, 940? So it'd have to come down 12 more points.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for just a minute. What'd you say?
I said I was thinking about putting on a short put vertical here at Netflix. You said 940 was where the upper expected move was for earnings.
Yeah, it's right where the previous high was.
Yeah, so I'd be risking it coming down 12 more points overnight.
So close to my profit target on Tesla. Now it's bouncing.
Yeah. So yesterday, before the end of the day, let's see. I put on bought 2 calls in Tesla. So 30.33. And then this morning, I got out of one of them at 36.90. And so I'm just holding one call left. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it over tonight just because it's a buy. It's still a buy in the NTT.
Hey Faz, I posted in the day trading chat earlier. It's just a downside continuation runner. Whenever it started looking really weak and the market was kind of grinding lower, just kind of felt heavy. So when it bounced up to that previous low, I got short here for a downside continuation runner. So I just bought puts. So I'm on the I am on the 417 half puts. So I was just looking for a move back down to lows of day, which nice little nice little reverse there.
It's struggling a bit.
SPX is bouncing. So the point of control, that's where the most volume has traded today. Is that right? Well, I need the point of control to push it back down. But that's going to move throughout the day, right? As volume accumulates at different levels.
So what's the difference between that and the VWAP?
Volume weighted average price. So that's going to be the average. It's going to be a moving average of the volume. Whereas this is a specific price that's had the most volume.
Gotcha.
All right, Tesla, let's get going. Get some legs to the downside. You too, SPX. Let's see where these butterflies are trading. The 95 is at about $1.70. Oh, Tesla hit. Nice. That a baby. Let's get through lows of day.
We'll get 47%.
Push that point of control down. There you go, Tesla. Just like I wrote it up. All right, SPX, I need below 85 would be great. Tesla bouncing off lows of day. All right, SPX down to 90. Ooh, Robinhood taking a dive. After ticking a new all-time high above 51 bucks today.
Oh, I'm so close to 50% profit target on Wooga. Before you drop, hit me.
Nvidia's coming down.
Come on. Ah, it was right there.
Coins coming down. VIX is approaching highs of day. SPX bounced at this level earlier at about 130 Central.
Yeah, for the NASDAQ being up almost 300, there's a lot of stocks in the red.
Mm-hmm. $19 minutes to go. 9 minutes till MOC. Yeah, Nvidia and Microsoft really holding their weight.
Yeah, you just when you look at the indices, you think there'd be more green, but yeah, you can see a visual there of discount double check.
Yeah,
A lot of red.
Apple still red or green. Meta, Meta's still up 1.5%, but it's been coming down. My Rick is trying to get out of the valley, trying, trying as hard as it can. My one DTE, a little bit green.
Come on, hit me, hit me, hit me. So close to 50%. I am going to take it all off since it's a Wednesday. If I can hit 50%.
What are your strikes? 90, 95?
Yeah. It's just about there we go, just inside the short strike. It's 45%. Come on. It's right at it. Ah, come on, stay up. Fill me, and then if it fills me, then it can go down all at once. Ah,
Yeah, you need to hurry up and get filled because I need a crash.
it's just so close.
Oh, butterflies are ready they're ready. I get filled before MOC here.
Ah, and there we go, filled.
Trying to get filled on the 90 fly. Filled. All right. Now, are we safe to crash? Dark Avenger needs a crash.
Yeah, I'm not in anything at all now.
All right. Crash on. Ah, Tesla's bouncing on me. Need a big sell side number. 3 minutes till MOC, SPX sitting at 60.90. I did. I posted it late. Did you see the? At least I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, I even said sorry. Sorry for the late post. 1-2. Yeah, I don't know. I was on a couple calls and I must not have heard my fill go off, and I was about an hour late posting it, but I did take it. So I've got my 2-3 from yesterday and the 1-2 from today. Currently on. Dick Cage, how'd your calendars hold up? I got crushed on my 1-2, 1-3, 5-7, 6-7. MOC in 1 minute. So you're not doing any doubles anymore? Are you doing all just singles and on the put and call side and managing them separately? Gotcha. All right, sitting at 89. MOC coming in about 10 seconds. $1.24 billion sell side. Let's go. Get down on it. Little reaction lower. My Rick is back to break even. Got an order to close 2 of my 3 Ricks at $5. Down to 85, 86. A little lower. Need one more push lower for my Mahomes to lock and my Rick to profit. Sitting at 85. A little more. There we go. Filled 2 of my Ricks at $5. I'll let one ride. Let one ride to the bell. No lock on Mahomes yet, though. Sitting at 84, still no locks. Trading at 370. I need $4. Still a lot of time left. Oh, hit Tesla. There we go. Tesla. Very nice. This drop is just helping everything. I have one Tesla left. Below 84, still no lock. Too much time premium left in those verticals still. Down in the 83s, 84. Need to stay down here. Trading at 380, 390. Lock it. Need a lock. I'm letting one of my Ricks expire. It's just hanging around break even. Oh no. There's a bounce. That's why I wanted a lock. Ugh, that's a nasty bounce. Mostly for Mahomes. Back right back up to 90.
Apple through highs of day. Same with Microsoft.
Yeah, Amazon pumping. Tesla's staying weak, but I'm gonna go ahead and shed my last one.
Yeah, I would.
Man, it would have been really nice to get that Mahomes lock on that flush. Oh, my one DTE also benefiting. Should be closing out here in about 30 seconds. The bot should close it. I mean, my 2025 has started out very solid, my friends. I am feeling good about 2025. Got about 4 minutes. Let's get back down to 85. And my one DTE closed for about 20%. 19%. Dark Avenger, you have the same strikes on your Rick as me? We needed this kind of move about 3 hours ago. Yeah, it's sitting at break even. You close any out or are you letting it ride? Mahomes needs below 87. Still haven't gotten a lock. Sitting at 60.86. Two minutes. VIX ticked up to a high of day and then it's rolled back over. So nothing crazy happens. We'll have another nice day on the VIX. Looks like two more pins on the VIX. All right, 1 minute. Apple, Amazon stayed strong through that flush.
Yep,
Doog,
Tesla
a
back
little
down.
bounce.
Tesla couldn't bounce.
No. Down below 87. Stay below 87. 5 seconds. Now I don't want to lock. Ding, ding, ding. 86.28. So my last Rick was almost exactly a break even, it looks like. Mahomes will be a small winner to the tune of around $730, give or take. Bix, another 3K day. Price action iron Condor, good. Day trading, good. All's good. All's good in the hood. All right, all. Tomorrow, Chad will be streaming live for day trading at the market open. We'll be back for Power Hour. Have a good night, everyone. Talk to you soon.